Okay, so first of all, I wanted to ask, how was the screening last night? Do y'all feel good?
Last night it was kind of like a full circle experience. It was such a honor to get to come back. This is the perfect city for this movie. In fact, we're not the only place we're going in the entire world to promote the movie besides Los Angeles. Is here in Austin.
Um, I think it's awesome that this movie has so many ties to Austin. And the fact that Jesse's character goes to UT and that we first meet him in Garland, Texas, is really cool. But a fun fact about the movie is that Jesse's character in the first Zombieland was originally named Flagstaff, and Woody's character was named Albuquerque, and the movie was going to take place in the Southwest. And I don't think that they were originally meeting in Austin. I mean, or that Jesse was originally coming from Austin. Yeah, I think he was coming from out west. And so when we decided that we're going to shoot the movie in Atlanta and not in New Mexico, we had to kind of come up with some new geography. So Flagstaff became Columbus, Albuquerque became Tallahassee, and California became Austin. But another fun fact is that when they meet their doppelgangers in this new movie, they're named Flagstaff and Albuquerque, which is an inside, I guess, joke for ourselves that, like, oh, these were the actual original versions of the character as intended.
That saying's very 2009.
So it took 10 years, obviously, in between the first one and then the sequel. And so I was wondering, how did you know when you had the most ideal script or when you were ready to make the sequel?
The way I knew that this movie was ready to made, or that the script had gotten to a point that was worthy of being made, was when the actors all agreed to sign up to do it. Because we had sent them multiple drafts prior that, for various reasons, they felt weren't quite at the place they needed to be. I think for everyone involved with the first movie, it's become, sort of a calling card and something we're all really proud of and love. And none of us wanted to make a sequel that we didn't feel lived up to the original. And so I think it was Woody and Jesse and Emma's gut feeling that they had enough confidence in the script that the original writers, Paul and Rhett, had written, that they felt like they were ready to go back to Zombieland.
Am I hallucinating?
Okay, so I guess both of y'all could answer this from an actor perspective and a director perspective, but can y'all talk about can y'all talk about shooting and blocking the action sequences, especially the ones that were the long takes?
Why don't we just focus on the one long take action sequence? And that is something I'm really proud of. It takes place without giving too much away between Jesse and Woody, and then two people that kind of mirror them. And it was pitched to me by the stunt coordinator that we do it as a oneer. And what was neat was that location was a practical location that we addressed every room of to make it feel like the Hound Dog Hotel. So it allowed us to move the camera and point it in any directions without running into any trouble. So they and I kind of designed this whole fight that just kind of goes in and out of different rooms, and the camera follows, and sometimes it lets them lead and stays with a different character, and it's just really involved, and it's made to feel like one super long take, but in fact it was 7 different shots that we carefully and seamlessly edited to make it feel continuous. But that was really fun to do, and the actors, and now Jesse can share the actor's perspective on this question. Prepare. The actor prepares. Look at him prepare. But they rehearsed it, and they're what elevated it, and they were even coming up with and improvising lines during the midst of this thing just to completely elevate it.
So just to clarify, so it looks like there's no edits in this very long sequence, but there actually were 7 different edits. As an actor, it's probably the most enjoyable thing you can do, because normally when you're acting, if this was a scene, they would have a camera on him, a camera on me, maybe a camera from over there, and then they would edit the scene and you wouldn't know what it looks like and you wouldn't be able to see it for a year. But with this, we had to match we had to get the first shot exactly right so we can do the second one. So everybody's on the same page. So we would go back, after we would film the first section, we would go back and watch, and if it worked, then we would go try to match it to do the second section. And so it was just this really fun process where we all felt like we were making a home movie because we had to get it perfect.
We were watching it together and editing it simultaneously. So at the end of each like edition, new piece, we could say, okay, now we got this section, and like now we're gonna go for this, and it just really allowed us. It was really collaborative. We were elevating things throughout, and it took like a day and a half to film.